Morning, guys. It's Chris Palme from WQEE 99.1 FM in Metro Atlanta. I'm here at the Hamilton Convention Center this morning. I have a special guest with me. He's the kicker for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Sergio Castillo. Sergio, thoughts on the win against BC on Saturday?
Definitely, it was a tight, close game. Playing at home, having our sold-out crowd definitely, I think, had a big part, to help us, So props to our fans back in the 204. So, but just grateful to come out on top. We did it in many different ways, through the run, through the pass, and our defense. Gosh, they were just they were fun to watch. So it was, it was a whole team effort.
What do you notice differently from this team than last year?
I think it's just, I'll tell you what I do notice. The routine, the people are the same, right? It's like I was mentioning earlier to someone else. Osha's the same guy. When I met him in 2015, when we were not doing so hot, to now, right? And I think to have success, you need to stick to who you are, to your character, right? So it starts with Osh.
Now, being a kicker, Sergio, what is a daily day like for a kicker on game day, and just preparing yourself physically and mentally for kicks and stuff?
For me, is I try to put myself in a state of mind where I'm just relaxed. So, and it starts with the night before, where I watch my favorite comfort shows, as I should say, right? I watch The Office. I watch Narcos. People say, well, Narcos is a lot of blood, this and that. But the thing is, I watch those shows over and over. I know what's going to happen. So I know I don't have to commit emotionally, but it gets me in a emotional standpoint, mentally standpoint, where I can just relax, right? So I do that in the morning. I sleep in, have my breakfast, have my big omelet with pancakes. And then about 5-6 hours before the game, I get a nice juicy workout in the morning. It's always either shoulders or back, one of those two, right? And then I start my warm-up since then, right? So, and then got chapel, Bible study with our team, and then we head onto the field for warm-up.
What are your, besides Winnipeg, obviously, what are some of your other favorite stadiums to kick in, and what are some of the challenges in some of the other stadiums in kicking?
I think you definitely BC, just because it's indoor, but just how it's in the middle of downtown Vancouver, right? It just has this type of vibe, makes you feel alive, right? That's definitely one of my favorite stadiums, away stadiums to play. Obviously, Saskatchewan, their fans, faithful, loyal, they always bring it, right? So you know that you're going to be in for a long game, right? Just because their fans are going to be constantly on you.
Now, when you were growing up, Sergio, did you have a favorite kicker that you tried to emulate your game after?
Crazy enough for me, it was Justin Medlock. He was one of my favorite kickers when I was in high school, and then I ended up being his backup for a couple years in a row. And so to be able to see him, get drafted by the Chiefs, and then 7-8 years later, I'm over here learning from him. It definitely has helped me on to where I am now as a true pro.
Thoughts on Mike O'Shea and some of your teammates?
Osha's a family man, right? And for me, it's just I didn't grow up, with my dad. In my life, he wasn't much around. He's now there, right? But for me, I always look to my coaches for that father figure, right? So to have Osh, he's a true family man, right? And the way that him and his wife take care of our families, it goes a long way, right? So, Osh, he takes care of us, and Miss Osh, she's always taking care of the wives and the kids. So it's like when we play away, I remember when my wife was, because my wife's a teacher back in Texas, when she was here in the summer, Ms. Osh would be like, hey, we're having a viewing party, at this place, or at their house, and all the food's gonna be taken care of, just come and watch the game, bring the kids. So that goes a long way, right? So it starts with Osh as being a family man, and so for me it goes deep, because like I said, I look up to my coaches as father figures.
And what are a couple of keys to a win on Sunday against a very good Montreal team?
Obviously Montreal's coming in hot, right? Their defense is playing, super well, and they had a big game, and their special teams is pretty good, right? They have some deadly returners in the back. So for us, it's just going to keep doing the little things right. For me, on the personal standpoint, just location on kickoffs, getting good depth, making my field goals, when I'm called upon, right, and then just being a good teammate, right, throughout this week, right. Osh says, hey, this is the last week we're going to be here together, right? We want another week to be together, right? And it's literally a full week with the guys, right? It's not like you go home and, you relax after that. No, I mean, we relax here, but we're with our guys 24/7, right? So just trying to make little memories. I know for me, I got to get out of my comfort zone because I'm a homebody. I like my own time. So it's just trying to make the most of it. And it's just like, hang out with these guys, create that bond, create more memories. So like I said, for me, it's, just trying to get out of just being home alone and, hanging out with the boys.
Well, Sergio, I want to say thank you so much for doing this, and good luck Sunday against Montreal in the Grey Cup at Tim Hortons Field.
Thank you so much, and hello to all my family in Woodstock, Georgia.